Hello, hello. I hope you guys had a great weekend. At least it was a little warmer than it was on Friday. Okay, a quick rundown just as to what's kind of going to be going on this week. So, taking a look, last week we took a look at understanding tangent, understanding sine, understanding cosine, kind of doing that all to use the sides and find the angles on the inside. Now, today you're going to have a summative quiz on those processes which was part of the review on Friday. We're going to have a quiz. You're going to be asked to reiterate some of the formulas, what the formulas mean. After that, you're going to take a look at a couple questions where you use Pythagorean theorem because that is important in triangles. And then a couple uses of some of the ratios. So that's the quiz. That's going to be loaded out probably around lunchtime today. It's only roughly 10 questions. Now you're totally able to use your notes, other videos. Remember to use the calculator that we have online. But that's what you're going to be doing on today on Monday. Later on in the day, probably just a little after your quiz is released and you're working on it, your project. Now this was a little different to try to find. I'll be loading you a small project that you're going to be doing with regards to trigonometry. It's that age-old question, right? Mr. Ram, where am I going to use trigonometry in real life, or where does it even occur in real life? Well, you get to find out where. You'll do a little bit of research, create a small slideshow where trigonometry is used. What you may not think is that trigonometry is used in a lot of different places. You'll just find out where they are. Finally, for the rest of the week, while you're kind of working on the project in the background, what we're going to do is we're going to learn and take a look at if you're given a triangle and you're only given one angle and one side, okay, how do we find all the other sides? Okay, so it's kind of using some of the ratios in reverse, but at the end product, it would be like if I'm standing here and looking up at a tree, I'm 15 feet from the tree, looking at this angle, how tall is the tree? How tall is the mountain? That's one of the functions of trig. That's kind of the end, or I could take a problem, and I'll show you the problem. I'll quickly draw it out here. But now let's say if I gave you a triangle, give you a side, say it's 53 degrees, and it's 4 meters. Okay, so if this was the problem, I could ask you, what is the perimeter of that triangle? All right. So you would not only have to find using tangent or cosine or sine, find one of the other sides, then you'd have to add in Pythagorean theorem, find the last side, add up all the outside edges. One of the other things you could do is I could say we're building this, I don't know, side of a barn. And these kind of the different shapes. Please, with this last triangle, tell me the perimeter. But like I said, so that's the kind of the big three things we're going to be doing this week. You're going to be working on finishing this one summative quiz that's going to come on in a little while. You're going to start a project on understanding the real-life applications of trigonometry. And then we'll work through that third element, which is finding the side using an angle, and then finding the outside values. I'll try to make sure that's in 6 different videos, explained a couple different ways. I'll add a few more resources. I'll try to keep the videos down to about 5-10 minutes. Nothing more than 10. All right? Hopefully you had a good weekend. We'll talk to you soon.